And welcome, guys. Welcome to this week's podcast. Today we're going to be talking about The Legend of Zelda, a game that everybody loves, as far as everybody in this podcast goes. Today I'm joined by LPM Marshall 94 or Leon.
Hello everyone, I'm here again.
Talking with Gone Games.
Hi guys.
And Doodle.
Hi.
Yep, and these are two new people. Leon, of course, has been on for the last couple weeks. So, Legend of Zelda. Good game. Of course, I always say that. What is
literally legendary series?
Yeah, it's been for going on for what? Didn't they celebrate their 25th anniversary with Skyward Sword a couple years ago?
It did, yes.
Yeah.
There's a long. There's so many games for that, and I haven't even played even half of them.
I've played every Zelda game except one, which is Four Swords Adventures.
Which one is? And why haven't you played that one?
I haven't got GameCube. Simple as.
You need to get a GameCube then.
Which one haven't you played?
Which one was it?
Four Swords Adventures. I've played every other one except for that, even this crappy CDI ones.
Oh, I see. So what is everybody's first memory for Zelda? I'll go first. My first Zelda game was Ocarina of Time, sadly. I mean, it's the best one in the series to me. I remember getting a Nintendo 64 when I was like 8 or 9, I believe. I remember I got the Ocarina of Time and I got Pokemon Snap, and it was a good game. I remember playing it for hours on end, faking sick to get out of school to play that game.
Oh, we've all done that.
Yeah, and it feels like, and it. Looking at it when you were younger, it felt like it took forever to beat. Like I did a Let's Play of it. It did take a lot of time to beat. It's one of those games that you really got to put a lot of time into. But I don't know. It brings you back playing it. It's just one of those games that kind of just really sums up your childhood, at least in my eyes. All right, what do you guys say? How you feel about it?
My first experience was. My first experience was, I regret saying this, but the first ever Zelda game I played was the one with Gamelon on the CDI. This was when I didn't know much about Zelda. I didn't even know much about Mario. It must have been like 5 or 6 playing my granddad's CDI. Don't play the game, it's awful. I think the first proper game I played was actually on the 64. I used it on an emulator, but it was Ocarina of Time. And that was when I was playing in high school, when I was supposed to be doing my work, but we all did that at one point.
You said high school. I feel like you said high school. I said like 8 or 9.
High school is different for us.
How so?
High school in the UK is kind of 12, 13, 14.
Really? Oh.
It's 11 you start, is it?
And I forgot, you guys are older or younger than me, aren't you?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm 24. God, I'm 24.
Don't worry, I'll be 20 soon.
Well, 20 is still young. But
it's
I'm
a bit of a jump.
My class. I feel like pain leather.
So, but Leon, what's your first experience with?
Well, I kind of got into Zelda a bit late, kind of when I was at school and that. No one around me really played anything about it. It wasn't until I got given a GameCube by a friend, and she gave me Wind Waker and Ocarina double disc set. And to start off with Ocarina, I didn't have a clue what I was doing. I could not find a Kakiri sword.
It was
cool.
through the hole. You got to go through it, and
There's a hole. It
took me a while to figure it out.
Or something like that.
It took me a while to figure out. So the first one I ever kind of played properly was Wind Waker, and then I got into Ocarina and thought, oh, actually, do you know what? This is an amazing game.
It was. I never played the Master. What was one? It was the Master Quest.
Master Quest.
Yeah.
I've played it, and it's pretty hard.
Well, I'm sure it is if it's Master Quest. Who's typing? I hear.
Me.
It's not me.
You gotta stop typing so much. All I hear is click-clacking.
Sorry.
Oh, it's okay. Why don't you turn your mic volume down just a little bit?
I'll just move away from my computer because my setup's really close together.
Well,
sorry.
Mine. All I hear is click-clack. I'm not mad. I'm just like click. But yeah. Speaking of which, what is your first experience with Zelda?
My first experience with Zelda, it It was Link's Awakening on the Game Boy.
The original.
Yeah, the original.
So many glitches in that game. I like the glitches.
Yeah, I love that game. I went to play it like a while back, and like the entire thing was like purple, and it didn't work.
Did you ever play? Did you ever play the DX remake?
No, I wanted it. I wanted it. It was one of those things I really wanted, but I never got.
Yeah, I watched Necro's playthrough of it. It was pretty. I really enjoyed it. I never really played. Oh, I played a little bit of it. I had it on the Game Boy. It had wasn't like a black cartridge with a gold seal. It had Zelda on it. I think that's what it was. I was way younger when I had it, but I've only played a handful of the Zelda games. I played Ocarina of Time. I played a bit of Twilight Princess. I got like halfway through it. I played and finished the Minish Cap. I really enjoyed it. Other than that, I really haven't played many Zelda games. Like Ocarina was one of my favorite. That's a lot of people's favorites. I got into the Minish Cap because my friend he gave it to me on Game Boy, and I ended up just playing it in boredom one day, and then I got really hooked and stayed up all night playing it. But the not Skyward Sword. That's one I have that game. I just haven't played it yet. But,
yeah, I've been the same with it.
Skyward Sword, to be honest. I haven't played much of it.
Yeah, I'll play it eventually. Who knows?
I've been leaving mine for Let's Play.
Yeah, that's the thing about Let's Players. Like, you see a game, and it's like, if I'm gonna play it, I might as well record playing it. It's like.
And then you put yourself off playing the game for a while.
Like, I don't play any. If I'm playing any game, it's like there's seldom a game that I won't record playing. Like some games, like occasionally I'll play like The Binding of Isaac or something like that just for shits and giggles. But no, if I'm playing a game, it's like I might as well put it on my channel. Why the hell not? But,
Yeah, because then it saves you having to do it again later.
That's what happened to me in Ghost and Goblins, so.
Yeah, I've heard that's a hard game. I've never played Ghost and Goblins. But...
I finished it, but I finished it on my 3DS because my laptop decided to die on me, which means I lost all the progress I'd gone, so I did it on my 3DS, and I was going to try and record the whole lot.
You always have problems with your... I remember when we first started talking, your like router at your parents' place kept dropping, like constantly. Yeah. But what else? What else about Zelda? What else do I want to talk about it? What's your who's your most hated character in any Zelda game?
I want to say Navi, but that seems too mainstream.
That fucking owl.
Yeah, the owl. That's even fucking.
Kagura Gabora. That's right.
Yeah. He talks a lot as well.
Oh no.
He's in a lot of games. I know he's.
At least Navi you can ignore.
Yeah, Navi's pretty annoying. It's weird that game has been out for 25 years and it doesn't have, like, other than, like, the occasional phrase, there's no talking. I don't know if that's just kind of the thing they're going for, but I figured they should have some sort of dialogue, but I don't know. I
suppose that's kind of part of the charm of Zelda, kind of.
Yeah, so you can read it any way you'd like to read it.
Yeah.
Like, same thing with Mario, there's really no talking. Kind of like with any sort of Nintendo game, it seems.
Yeah.
Oh well.
On the majority, anyway.
So, what is everybody's favorite Zelda game?
Mine's tied between Ocarina and Wind Waker.
I've never played Wind Waker. I remember watching a friend playing it for a little bit, and it looks good. It's kind of like super cartoony.
Yeah.
I like it. They've released a remake of it though, right? Or
Yeah, if I had a Wii U, I'd be playing that right now.
Yeah.
But I can't afford
HD remake.
Yeah.
Everything's in HD remakes and.
I'd also have an Ocarina 3DS, but you know.
I saw that one too. Like, I need to get on the ball with these awesome new consoles. Like, I bought an Xbox 360 and that was that.
You bought the Xbox 360, like 2 weeks later, the Xbox One comes out.
Everything's been having a lot of problems lately, and I'm glad I didn't decide to do that.
Oh yeah, I'm totally on that as well. I'm not even sure I'm bothered with that next gen at the minute still.
Yeah, like I said, in like 6 months, when they've got all the bugs out and there's a decent number of games out, I'll decide to buy it. Maybe. Who knows?
Same, maybe. If there's something, Yeah, if something comes out that I want to play, then I'll buy it.
Well,
Yeah, it's going to depend more on the games for me.
well, there is I was reading December 11th. There's going to be an announcement about Fallout 4.
Is that definitely legit then?
Copyright,
I just thought it was
Yeah,
rumors
it's
started.
legit. It's legit. It's
Yes!
Yeah, which it's supposed to be 18 years after the end of Fallout 3, which is definitely something I'm going to buy. I'm going to have to buy either a PS3 or an Xbox One at that point then, because they're gonna sucker me into wanting to get it.
Yeah.
So, what has been the hardest boss you've faced in any Zelda game?
Hardest
The
boss.
one that just kind of just annoys you the most.
Let me think. No, that's I think that's a toughie actually. I think it's actually, believe it or not, Vati and the Minish Cap.
Oh yeah, I hate that one. That one or the one in the Minish Cap with the Sky Sanctuary, those like manta ray looking things where you had to like get all the clones yourself and hit all the eyeballs. That one always gave me trouble.
See, I honestly can't think of a boss that bothered me really. I'm trying to think back to Wind Waker because I'm sure there's one on there, but I haven't played it in so long because I've been waiting to Let's Play it.
We just lost Gon.
Oh, we've lost
Yeah.
it.
It's okay, I'll add him back in. But you wanna know what I hate? The fucking the water temple in Ocarina of Time.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Every
No,
time-
that
I
one
don't
was a
get- I-
pain.
I don't get on with any of the temples on Ocarina.
Well, I know it by heart now. Like, it was never really a problem with for me. When I was younger, it was, but it's like there's like 2 keys you gotta find, and there's hidden things. I don't know. I remember spending hours when I was younger.
I
Yeah.
think the one I got stuck on most was actually the Light Temple.
The Light Temple was pretty
Mm.
straightforward. It was pretty linear to me.
Not Light Spirit, sorry.
Oh, the Spirit?
Yeah.
The Spirit one. The Shadow Temple was my favorite one.
Yeah, I love the Shadow Temple. It was like, it made sense and it was fun.
And you had to use the Lens of Truth a lot to see through walls. And, I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed it. I was gonna say, yeah, definitely nobody likes the water temple. Anybody who's talked about it's like fuck the water temple. But
Yeah.
I remember I think I was reading somewhere that like there was a bug in that one. Like if you could screw it up, and like you wouldn't be able to finish it. But I know they made it more straightforward in the 3DS version of it.
Yeah, no,
That's-
it's easier in that.
Why would you... It's known for being one of the hardest temples. You don't make it easier.
Yeah, you know how kids will stop. You know, it's marketing. Kids will stop playing it if they can't beat it. But
I didn't. I played
Kids today.
Majora's Mask until I completed that bitch.
I couldn't.
Fuck that game!
Yeah,
Fuck
fuck
that game!
I hate that game so much. It's so confusing to me.
Nice.
Like the whole making time go backwards, forwards, reverse. It just.
I played for 2
Oh.
hours and accomplished nothing, and just after that I was like, right, you know what, fuck this game.
Yeah,
Alright,
it's very.
screw it.
It's like you have too much to do.
Yeah. No, but that's
I'll
why
tell you
it's
what's
like,
interesting.
it's harder. That's why it's so good.
I know what is interesting though. A couple of game theory videos done on Majora's Mask. Never played the game properly, but oh my god, it's so interesting to watch.
Yeah. No, like, I watched 1 or 2 of them because, like, I played the full game all the way through. Like, and it's so true, like, what they
Yeah.
say about it.
So the first one I watched was Is Link Dead during Majora's Mask?
Mm.
Yeah, I remember reading something like that about if he's dead. Have you guys read the Ben Drowned creepypasta?
No, I haven't.
You should definitely watch it. I will link it in the video.
No.
It's pretty lengthy, but it's about like. I'm not gonna ruin it for you.
Fonz just put a message up by the way. I don't know if you've seen it.
Yeah, it's severe problems here. I think it's as much as I can contribute. I'll check the rest of it when it's uploaded. Sorry again. So Gon can't be in the video.
Yeah. Oh
Alright,
no.
That's
Full
fine.
gone.
That's okay. It could just be us 3. I'm trying to see.
Yeah.
I'm trying to see what I have on my friends list I could add. Is Sam around, Leon?
He's online. I don't know if he's busy. Or not.
Hit him up and ask him if he wants to come into the chat.
Yeah, just
Just
ask him.
I mean, it's okay with you 2 guys. No, I
Yeah.
need 4 people. I need I need evenness.
It's
No, that's all.
because there's a girl and for the first time. He's nervous.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, Sam's free to join.
Okay, so, I will. It says I'm not seeing him on my friends list, so it's screwing up. Are you able to add him into the call, Leon, or?
Yeah, I'll add him.
Yeah, add him to the call.
This call show.
I wish Necro was around. I'd add him. He's probably got something to say about the game, but he's not online, I don't think. Or is he?
He doesn't like the
It's
game.
not blind.
Yeah.
Well, he doesn't like Ocarina of
he's
Time anyway.
weird.
Yeah, I was kind of disappointed that he gave up with that one in the end.
Yeah.
Hello.
Hi, friends.
Hello, Sam.
Hi, Sam.
Have we swapped Gary for a Gon?
Gon. We swapped Gon for you because Gon, he kept on getting knocked off, and he was having severe problems, so we wasn't able to get on. So figured we tag you in and have you come in.
Okay.
So yeah, so Sam's now here, guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Doodle's gonna be like, "Oh, sorry, I gotta go," and then I have to like swap him in for somebody else.
No, it's okay. I can stay up for. I don't have to be in till like really late tomorrow, so it's fine.
Tag team podcast. Let's go.
Let's go with Sam because he always has good stories and stuff about people he's worked for and like some stuff like that.
So who have you worked for with Nintendo then, Sam?
Well, technically, with Sumo, I played the Wii U before release,
Ooh.
so
Ooh.
maybe that could be considered interesting.
Well,
Sam, why are you not a Let's Player?
Yeah.
Why am I not a Let's Player? Because I don't have the bloody equipment to record it all.
Yeah,
I did all
that's true.
this shit with different games and that, and just... Ugh, never mind.
I want to
I'm
get
not
the
a Let's
stuff so I
Player
can
with some
record off my
lazy.
PS3, but it's so expensive at the minute. I need money first.
So, Sam,
Thanks for the
Zelda,
win.
what's your first experience with Zelda?
I remember years ago my mate playing Ocarina of Time on the GameCube. I think he'd got the Master Quest disc,
I've got that one.
which you get with... Was it Wind Waker?
Yeah.
Yeah. I remember him
Nice.
playing that.
This has both stories as the original and the Master
Yeah,
Quest.
you do.
Yeah. And I distinctly
Yeah,
remember him
I've got
venturing
that
to...
as well.
Yeah, I remember him venturing to the castle and playing that distinct tune. Do 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 do. I remember that bit. So that's probably the earliest memory I've got of Zelda. It's not a series that really resonates with me that much, but it's still one that I know a fair bit of dev stuff about. For example, I'd heard not too long ago that the first Zelda was originally going to involve time travel elements, and the pieces of the Triforce were going to be computer chips.
That'd be a weird tangent to go down.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't imagine the game like that.
In fact, it's where the name of Link derived from. He was meant to be the link between the different time periods.
Ah. I always wondered
That
why he
kinda
was called
makes
Link.
sense. I remember reading somewhere that the whole concept of Zelda was created when the creator of Zelda, I can't remember his name for life of me, but he when he was a kid, he used to like go into caves and like explore when he was younger, and that's how he got the concept idea of wanting to do the whole game.
That is an awesome childhood right there.
Dude,
Aw, that's cool.
I would love to live in a world just to be able to do that, like have a sword,
Yeah.
and a horse, and just go to temples and levels. And just, I'm sure.
The
Every
joys of the game.
dungeons.
I do know it was developed around the time Super Mario was being made. They were both kind of, yeah, they were both kind of being developed in parallel with each other, and I distinctly remember hearing that when they were in development, Miyamoto would categorize what would be good for Super Mario and what would be good for Zelda, which at the time I think was just called Adventure Game or something like that. And they'd always decided that if one was good for one game, it wasn't good for the other. So they categorized the development like that pretty much, and I know that the name Zelda was used because it was derived from Zelda Fitzgerald, who was meant to be a woman of great beauty or something like that, which is why they used it for the name of the princess.
Oh. See, Sam knows all this kind of like, did you know?
This is why I like having him on the podcast. 'Cause he always knows everything about everything.
Well, no matter what game, he seems to know something about it like that.
This is why we're bringing him. We're using you for your knowledge.
See, look, if you asked me about animation, I could do that, but I can't do it with games.
What else about the game? There should be. I'm trying to think of how to put this. Where would you like to see something? What would something in the series you'd like to see that hasn't been done yet?
Crossover with another Nintendo franchise, not including Smash Bros.
How would they do that?
Zelda.
Yeah, how would they cross him over? So, no, I wouldn't buy that shit. Crossovers never really work.
It's kind of hard
Yeah,
to.
name one crossover that's really good, which isn't Super Smash Bros.
Power Rangers meet the Ninja Turtles in the TV show. That was
Project
That's a TV show,
Cross-Zone.
that doesn't count.
Project Cross-Zone.
what's that?
I haven't played. What is it?
It's a 3DS game which basically combines various universes that are developed by Sega, Capcom, and Namco.
No, that sounds okay actually.
You consider like crossovers like Marvel vs. Capcom as kind of like a crossover, or like
That's a crossover. There's plenty out there. Tekken X Street Fighter.
Yeah, but most of them are kind of like what Super Smash Bros. Is.
kind of, yeah. Or if you like play Link's Awakening, you see like Goombas and chain chops and so many Mario elements in that game.
Well, Mario and Zelda constantly reference each other all the time, particularly Super Mario 3D Land and 3D World. They've got a fair few Zelda references in them.
If you go into Ocarina of Time and right before when you meet the princess when you're younger, if you look through one of the windows, there's like pictures of Peach and Bowser and Mario. And you
Yeah.
can get rubies.
Plus, the Hyrule Castle always reminds me of the
The castle.
Princess's
yeah.
Castle in Mario 64.
Well, I guess this one happens.
That's something else as well. Ocarina of Time originally was going to be the level layout was going to be very similar to the way Mario was done. You know how Super Mario 64 you jump through paintings to get to each level. Originally, that was how Ocarina of Time was going to be done as well. And there is a section of the game which is kind of a remnant of that. I think it's a boss battle with Ganondorf.
Oh yeah, with
it comes
Phantom
through
Ganon.
It comes out the paintings. It's the
Yeah.
Forest Temple.
That's a remnant at that point of development when they were originally going to use that kind of layout and that kind of structure for the Zelda games as well, but they decided to scrap that early on.
See, I think I remember hearing that somewhere now that I've heard it again. I can't remember where I heard it.
That does make sense the more you think about it. Because a lot of the temples are kind of set up like Mario games as well. Like the water parts. I hate the water temples so much.
I've heard so
Everyone's
much
just
about the temples as well. There's something about the temples which it's incredibly confusing, especially because I've not played it myself. It's like there's theories that the water temple was meant to be the ice temple. I think it's the earth temple was meant to be the air temple or something like that, and the time temple was meant to be the light temple, and all these replacement temples that were ultimately dropped throughout development. But if you look at some of the symbols for these various temples, you can tell that they're not associated with the element that they're actually given. For example, water has an icicle on it or something like that, or a snowflake. So it's clear that they've changed through development, and they were originally purposed for something else.
I just like Zelda games in the sense that like each like for Ocarina of Time, for instance, it's like you go through the elements, and like I just kind of like how they have that for temples. Like each one, like you collect musical instruments in Link's Awakening. I just kind of like how it has that sort of thing to it, where it's like different types of like categories, and I don't know. I like how they have that with temples and such.
No, it's always nice.
Yeah, I do like the whole focus around quite a few of the games, it being musical instruments that are your main tools. Like you got your Ocarina, you got the Wind Waker, and I know there's some others.
Yeah, and then the Minish Cap, you had to get out certain elements. Such.
Yeah, so Minish Cap's the only one that I've really enjoyed.
Yeah, I love the Minish Cap. I like how you can be small and you collect like the 10 stone pieces and you get sword upgrades.
I'm still playing through that one at the minute though, so I'm not.
I watched a speed run one time of somebody doing Ocarina of Time, they beat it in 20 minutes.
Honestly,
Really?
that's impossible. It takes longer than 20 minutes to finish talking to Zelda when you first meet her.
Well, the way they did it is they exploited a glitch. When you're a kid, I forgot everything happened beforehand, but like, he does this glitch where, you know, like right outside Zora's river, Zora's fountain, like that.
Yeah.
Right. He does like this backwards jump, and he glitches through the wall, and all of a sudden he ends up at Ganon's castle at the very bottom floor as young Link, and then he runs up and he beats Ganon, and does something and gets the princess, and then he's out.
I gotta watch that.
Yeah, it's.
Shit, that sounds good.
Yeah, I'll put a link to it. I link everything. It's.
Links are going. Links are going again.
Anything you guys? I'm always the one that's making suggestion comments. What would you guys like? Ask some questions.
What does everyone think of the timeline now that it's been revealed?
Confusing.
It's very confusing to me. Like, I mean, the first games that came out, yeah, it made sense. But then some games, it's like they're prequels and sequels. And...
Yeah, it's kind of hard to remember which one's which. I mean, I didn't realize Skyward Sword was a prequel.
Given that I'm a time travel kind of nut, which is why I love things like Doctor Who, I suppose in a sense that's kind of why it makes sense to me. I can understand how you've got the 3 parallel timelines running in parallel and how that works.
Getting used to which one's where, sort of thing.
Yeah. I mean, technically speaking, you can never have all 3 running at the same time. You can only either have either the one where he dies or the other 2 that can run in parallel. You can never have more than 2 running at the same time.
Well, that's like that with the last.
So obviously, if he dies, then
Link's Ghost. That'd be a good game. He's just a ghost the whole game, trying to figure out how he died.
I just kind of never really understood why there was more than one hero. Kind of like, because let's face it, the heroes in Skyward Sword is not the one that's the same as Ocarina of Time in that. It's the only thing I can't get my head around.
Yeah. No, I've never played that one, so I wouldn't know.
Yeah, me
But
neither.
I've always
Well,
wanted
it's
to,
just
because
the
everyone
kind of
always
same
talks
general,
about
it's kind of like, you got different Zelda games, like, they're all based, some of them are based in different worlds and that, but it's still the same hero, but it's not. I don't think I'm making sense.
You know what? It makes sense. I haven't played. Well, since I haven't played a lot of the Zelda games, like I know that doesn't diminish or not diminish cap. Majora's Mask comes right after Ocarina of Time, right?
it's the same. It's the hero of time for Majora's Mask, isn't it?
Yeah, it's the same person.
It's weird. Like there's certain things that don't make sense. Like you kill the 2 witches in the Spirit Temple in Ocarina of Time, but they're like shop owners in Minish Cap.
That's why it goes back to the game theory videos about is Link dead. One is part of his theory is the fact that all the characters from Majora's Mask were identical to the ones of Ocarina.
Yeah, they're all
There's
the same.
a theory online that Majora's Mask is kind of like an afterlife for the hero of time. He dies at the start of Majora's Mask.
And it's basically going through the stages of death.
Yeah, it's the 5 stages of death. And Majora's Mask never actually happened. It was just a kind of
trying to deal with it.
You see the latest one?
It's like purgatory, effectively.
Did you see the latest game theory? He kind of disproved the fact that the moon crashing with a
Where the moon would have done sweet FA in terms of destroying all life on Earth, but it'd have caused like hella problems for tides and things like that and climate.
Basically, it destroyed the planet before it got there, but if it did actually ever reach the planet, it wouldn't have done shit.
You wanna know what scares me? That fucking moon in Majora's Mask. That scared me as a kid.
That is a creepy face.
Yeah, no, it's creepy. And like, isn't it at the end you go in it? Or something.
Yeah, you go inside and you face like 3 versions of Majora. It's like Majora's Incantation, Majora's Mask, and Majora's Wrath or something like that.
Yeah, no, I remember that. It was good.
I remember my friends getting creeped out a lot by that moon in the Smash Bros level.
Oh yeah, because it gets closer and closer and closer while you're playing it.
Well, that's the whole premise of the game. You got to stop it from. You got to get those 4 like giant. I forgot what they're called, like statue guys to come walk over and grab it.
Yeah.
How the fuck do you do everything in 3 days?
That's why.
It's
Because even
you get-
it's meant to be a case of like you go do a bunch of stuff, you go back in time, you go do other stuff, but it also resets everything you've already done.
Yeah, no, it's really hard. Yeah. You can save certain bits by leaving stuff about, but basically, yeah, some stuff
See,
restarts and
the way I
some
kind of
stuff
think of time
doesn't.
travel is that. The way I kind of think about time travel is that as Link goes back in time, the Link that did everything before is still there doing that again. He's basically kind of copied himself by going back in time, and he's doing other stuff. So I kind of thought that kind of still counted, but I don't know.
It's just confusing to me. Sam, have you heard of the creepypasta Ben Drowned?
I've heard of it. I've not heard it itself.
You gotta read it. Like, you guys really need to read it. It's really long, but it's really worth it. It's like...
Is it scary?
It's pretty... The guy actually... Even though it's fake, the guy actually has... Like, he'll talk about it, everything that happens in the game, and he actually has videos on YouTube of it. He must have altered it somehow, but it actually is, like, creepy-ass shit that happens. Like, you know the statue of whatever, I forgot what it's called, where it looks like Link, but it's a statue, it follows him around. And it just really, I don't know, it's definitely worth the read. It's really long, but it's definitely worth checking into.
Mm-hmm.
I got a question.
Sure.
With how many different Links there are, who's your favourite Link?
Well, see, I haven't played enough games to really, like... I like Ocarina's Link. I feel like that's kind of like the staple Link of the whole series, just because Ocarina. Wasn't it the best-selling one? Ocarina of Time?
I'm not sure if it's
Yeah.
best selling, but it's definitely the most well-known and most famous.
Yeah, he's go-to
It's
Link.
most famous.
See, I like Dark Link.
Oh yeah, Dark Link is... I saw an awesome cosplay of Dark Link one time.
Yeah, same.
Whenever I play as Link on a Super Smash Bros. Brawl, and you can change your character, what it looks like in that, I always change it to Dark Link.
Oh yeah, it's like the dark incantation of himself. Like, everybody has that sort of dark. So I always had trouble
Yeah.
facing him in the Water Temple in Ocarina of
It is a
Time.
difficult one to kind of get around.
I always I take the Megaton hammer and hit it, and it like shocks him and makes him fall off the screen. And then he gets smart to it and he starts jumping on your sword. And I always use like Din's Fire after that, and that's how I kill him. It's kind of a cheap way, but that's just always how I did it.
See, I kind of, no matter what I do, I never know how I actually beat him. It's just all of a sudden he dies. It's like, oh, how the fuck did I do that?
Yeah,
But I
doesn't
do
he
love that.
mirror you? Is that in the later game?
Pretty much.
Yeah, 'cause it's basically you fighting yourself.
Okay, mirrors,
so you do
yeah.
exactly the same.
Has anyone played A Link Between Worlds yet?
Gon was talking about it, but he got dropped off the call. He said it was...
Oh, yeah. No, I've heard of that. It looks good.
you heard
Doesn't is it?
They were saying that it was like a remake of a Link to the Past, but it's not.
It introduces a new mechanics that's not been done in Zelda before. For example, you can merge with the wall, and you can walk along the wall at the same level that you're on at that point in time. If you see what I'm saying?
Yeah, you
So-
go into this between world.
Yeah, you can go in between worlds. There's also meant to be like an opposite of Hyrule called Lorule.
Wow, how
Oh,
clever.
I imagine.
Ooh, I
There's
know.
also meant to be
so
like
clever,
an
them
opposite
clever
Triforce as well.
Japanese.
You want to know what they should have in a Zelda game? Jumping.
Yeah,
Okay.
that would be a good idea.
You can't jump unless you're like you jump off a cliff or something like that. Other than that, you can't jump, and I guess
Yeah,
they're just
because you
kinda
can
like-
swim, you can dive, you can't fucking jump.
Link no knees, eh?
Oh well. So I don't think Sam was in the call, but when I asked this question, but Sam, who's the most annoying Zelda character?
I think it's clearly
I
going to be
hear this
Navi.
one.
Well, see, we were saying Navi. I was saying the owl, Kagura Gabora.
Well,
No, it's not
again, bear
them.
in mind, I've
You're
not played
all
that
wrong.
many Zelda games, so
He's done a lot of them, though.
Navi's the one that I know of, who is definitely annoying. So
Yeah, Navi is pretty.
It is.
But you
I
can
know
ignore
the
Navi
most
most of the
annoying-
time.
The most are small monsters allowed to go into this category?
Yeah,
I think bats are the most annoying things
especially
in every
fire-
single Zelda
or
game.
fire bats that destroy your wooden shields.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay, I think
Because-
Doodle wins actually.
Yeah, they're bats. Because you can't properly kill them. You have to be close to them. And they can, like, smack down on top of
That's why
you.
you used a boomerang. That's why you
Boom.
Yeah, but for the first part of Ocarina, it's still kind of annoying because they also like to they stay away until you're trying to do something, then they decide, oh, let's fuck him up.
Yeah,
Because I was trying to push a block in the not the Goron's temple, the Dongo cavern.
Yeah, I know what you're talking
I was trying to push that, I just kept getting fucking hit over and over again. I had to do the boss fight with half a heart.
You want to know what's really freaking scary in the game when I was a kid? The monster that was in the Shadow Temple, the thing that, like, the little hands would grab your head and then it would bust out.
Oh, Bongo Bongo.
Yeah. No.
Oh, no.
Well, you know what I'm talking about. But,
Yeah,
it was
I
at the bottom
did.
of the well. And, yeah, the other thing was scary. It had, like, the big mouth and teeth. You know,
Oh, yeah.
I forgot what it was.
Yeah, no. I know what you're saying, I just don't know their names. No one knows the names of any of the monsters in Zelda.
I always hated that, like, it's like a giant worm thing that would suck you up and, like, steal your shield,
Oh,
steal...
I forgot. It looked like a giant butthole.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that one. Fucking
it
annoying.
Yeah, I know what you're talking
Speaking of
about.
odd things in Zelda games, in one of the dungeons in Ocarina of Time, there's a statue of a woman that apparently you can fire the grappling hook onto her nipples and it'll latch onto it.
Link's got his priorities.
It's always a fun time.
And they never removed it on the 3DS version either. You can still do it on the 3DS version as well.
Dude, the friggin' the fairy fountain ladies, they had pointy tits too.
Oh, they're
Yeah, they
creepy.
still look the same in the 3DS version. They haven't, like,
They
made
freak me
them
out.
look better. They still look freaky as fuck.
Pretty much. I was gonna say-
Yeah.
Like, don't look like a fairy. You look like something that wants to abuse me.
I hated those
Yeah.
those wall master things, the hands that came down and grabbed you. Like it was easy
Yeah,
to
and then they
dodge 'em.
drag you back.
You just gotta wait for
Yeah,
the
that's
shadows and
okay.
jump out of the way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I hate the what was it, the Re-Dead they're called?
Oh yeah, and they like
First time I
scream.
came across them, I was like, holy shit, what the fuck are this? And now they're just annoying because you're trying to run past, and it's like, nope, gotta wait.
Well,
There we go.
That's why I use the Sun Song to stun them, and then I run by them after that.
Oh, yeah, I
That's
forgot
about
you can do
Sun
that.
Do you know how long it took me to realise what the Sun Song actually was?
I'm
To me,
sure
it
there's
is
a lot.
it's the first theme that like plays when it becomes daylight.
Mhm.
To me, ages to realise that it was the same tune.
What's your guys' favorite
Ugh.
Zelda song?
Mm,
Is this?
Pass.
I know.
No idea.
It's the one where, well, if we're going Ocarina of Time, it has to be the one where you summon the horse.
Epona song?
Yeah, I love a bonus song.
I like the scene. This isn't well, it isn't the like one of the songs you learn, but Kikoro Village. That's one of my favorites. As well.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they include that a lot.
Just
Mm.
like hearing that song, it just makes me like reminisce of my childhood. Just because I don't know. It's to me, it's like a little bit depressing because it's like when you were a kid, you're just worried about school and all that. And you're just like when you get older. Well, I'm older than you guys, so maybe you guys don't understand as much as me. It's
What, nostalgia.
Yeah.
No, I
It's,
get
I-
nostalgia.
Ocarina wise, it's kind of a cross up between the Song of Time and Shadow of Nocturne. But I do also love the mini boss theme from Wind Waker.
True.
So, this is going to be kind of a short video, I feel like Zelda isn't really... Like, it's a good game. We just haven't... We're already 40 minutes in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got another question though before we go,
Alright.
which kind of might help
Mhm.
Levy with, I don't know, some editing, because he did this last week with Sonic. Who's your favourite character in all?
Are we talking about, like, favorite as in you have an attraction to them? You think they're hot or as an overall... Okay,
Just
but
kind of...
Could be anything.
here's a question. Who do you think is the hottest character in any Zelda game? Like,
Who would you bang in Zelda?
dude, I would totally bang Nabuaru, the whatever her name is from the Spirit Temple.
I've seen far too much Rule 34 of Zelda, so
Impa all the way. I love old lady.
I like Impa.
Oh yeah, Impa.
Zelda's the only one I've actually seen in a relatively sexy kind of manner. So Yeah, I don't think it's going to go beyond Zelda for me.
I don't know. That's a hard one because
That's what she said.
I've always had like a little soft spot for Ganondorf. There's something about that weird ginger hair and black skin and giant nose that does it for me.
Just giant nose. Okay.
Yeah.
Giant
Yeah.
ginger head black men do it for you.
Yeah, something.
Yeah, I was kind of thinking more just kind of general favourite character, because I mean, last Sonic we all picked a character for him to, he made himself Sonic. I was Big, the loser of the group.
Oh no, Big is
Zero.
awesome. Come on, you get to fish all day. You're pretty much like a stoner cat. Like,
You saw my fishing abilities last night.
yeah.
Is there a stoner fisherman equivalent in the Zelda series?
I guess the fisherman at Ocarina of Time, he kind of seems like a stoner. He's got like this hat on. You can actually catch. That's another thing. Have any of you guys ever caught the Hylian Loach in Ocarina of Time?
No.
No.
It's very hard to get. You have to get the sinking lure, which is hidden someplace in the fishing area on Lake Hylia, and then you have to get the Loach. It's like at the very bottom. You can only catch it like at dusk.
I kind of left the fishing alone,
I
as
love
you can
fishing.
imagine.
It was just fun. Guess the music in there was pretty. I don't know. I just like to fish like that. It was fun. But as far as like a favorite character, I gotta think.
I can tell you who mine definitely isn't.
Who?
Tingle. It's definitely not Tingle. Tingle creeps me the fuck out.
Oh, fuck Tingle.
Oh,
Tingle's
Tingle.
in the Minish Cap, and isn't he in Majora's Mask as well?
He's
Yeah,
in.
he
He's
is.
in Majora's Mask. He's in Wind
Wind
Waker.
Yeah, it's in one window.
Because the more kind of well-known appearance of him is from Wind Waker.
Well, I gotta think of who my favorite character would be. Who would I? Who's
Favorite character.
I regret asking the question now, because I'd have said Dark Link again, but I've already said Dark Link.
I'm gonna come out with a controversial one and say my favorite character is the running guy who's also in Super Mario Sunshine.
Okay, you can do the running. Isn't he like a mailman?
I think he's a
Yeah, he
mailman,
just
but
runs
his
around
model
the
was
city.
reused in Super Mario Sunshine. He wears a mask that looks like one of the citizens of Delfino. But when you take off the mask, it is the same guy who's also either the running man or the mailman from Ocarina of Time or Majora's Mask or something.
Makes sense. I gotta think of who I want to be. Shit. Maybe I'll make myself. I don't know. Thinking it through, because I've only played a couple of Zelda games. Thinking it through Ocarina of Time, male characters, even female characters. Isn't that?
Be
Mine would
generic
have to
townsperson A.
No, I'll be the guy that runs to Bazaar, the guy with the big beard.
Oh, he's creepy. Oh, wait, no, I'm thinking the other one. I'm thinking Happy Mask.
Yeah,
No,
you know what, I'll be the Happy Mask guy. Why the hell not? I'll be.
He's creepy.
Yeah, he's creepy, so I'll be the creepy guy. And then who's yours, Doodle?
I'm gonna have to be generic and say that it's Sheik.
Oh, Sheik is awesome. You didn't know it was Princess Zelda to the end.
Well, you could really figure it out, but okay.
Well,
First time you play it, you don't. You kind of think, oh, okay, random dude.
No, I was
Although I
clever
wasn't the one to think that it was a male. I didn't think it was male.
Yeah. Well, Ganon holds true the fact that gingers don't have any souls because look at him, he's trying to rule the world.
If you're ginger, you're going to ultimately try and take over the world, apparently.
Yeah.
According to Levy.
Well, yeah, and if you're blonde,
I think someone's been watching a
little
little bit of South Park.
Yeah.
But on that note, I guess we should call it an end. Not kind of a shorter video day, but we had a lot of laughs. But that is the end for us today. So say bye, guys.
Bye.
And we'll see you guys.
Bye.
And we'll see you guys
Bye.
next week.